Okay, so with text-based editing, you can actually select a clip and transcribe it and select the text and use that as editing. So if you've got a lot of speeches or a lot of talking, like an interview or a presentation, you can actually read the text a lot quicker than watching the whole video. As you can see on the screen here, I've got a bunch of text on the left-hand side, and it's actually looking at my source monitors. You can choose source or program monitor. In this particular case, on the lower left corner, you can see I have source monitor checked. This one on the right is program monitor. So show program monitor transcript or show source monitor transcript. And you can actually click this box and have it follow whichever active monitor you're in. So if you're switching back and forth. So that could be helpful as well. In this particular case, I have an interview here, or a speech. So I'm going to take a look at what I want. So let's see here. Let me say, say I want this much here. And newlywed. So I want that little bit right there. Okay. And I've got my in and out set. So you can see in my source monitor, it's created my ins and outs like that. And what I can do now, since I have my highlight video down here in my timeline, I could just simply say overwrite or insert. So say overwrite, and there you go. So just like that, it selected only that text or only that section of the video. And I can still do a multicam edit. So if I turn on multicam, I can go ahead and still edit this back and forth how I want. So maybe I'm here.
Look, so it's impossible not to know her. It's impossible if you don't know her not to love her. And I'm
playing and so on and so forth. How did I get to this point? So let me double click on one of these clips here. Say dad here. All right, cool. And it's automatically transcribing it from the start. So if you don't see that, so maybe I make a change to this or something, you can actually go up to the three dots here and say retranscribe clip. So first off, open up the text window. If you don't see the text window, go to Window, Text, and it pulls this window up. And most likely it'll be blank. And then you click on the three dots and say retranscribe or transcribe clip. Just like that. Okay? And you transcribe it. And it's going to take a second and it will reprocess this. In the meantime, what I can do with this as well is, so I've got this clip here in my timeline. I'm going to switch over to timeline mode for a second. And there we go. This is my closed caption or my transcript. I can turn them into captions simply by clicking on Create Captions, the CC. Before I do that though, I can use the edit tool to come in here and make sure everything is spelled correctly. Because sometimes, even though it's automated, it may not be spelled correctly. I'm going to click on Create Captions and subtitle default, that's fine. I'm just going to keep this default for now. And there's different ways of doing this, whether it's baked into the video where you cannot shut them off, or you attach them to the video like a sidecar or a side file and upload them to YouTube that way so you can turn them on or off. Maybe you have multiple channels of captions in different languages. These are all different options to create accessibility options for those with hearing impairments, or maybe they don't know the language, things like that. So I'm going to click Create Captions, and it's going to take a minute, and boom, now you can see at the top of my timeline, I now have a subtitle. Let me turn off multi-camera so you can see it. There are my subtitles. And you can see on the left, it's all broken down. If I select one of these, there you go. I can go into the properties, right? So go to effects controls. There we are. It doesn't show anything. But it is in the essential graphics. This is where I can make an adjustment to the font. I can make adjustment to the font color, the placement of it. So if it's in the way of a graphic that you're showing, you could actually kick it up to the top. You can add backgrounds to it. Okay, maybe change the color of the background to something, I don't know. Now you can actually see it and things like that. All different options with closed captioning